Welcome in, soccer friends and family, to Royal Oak High School Stadium in Metro Detroit. A scorching hot day for some sizzling soccer action. How's it going? You are tuned into Oakland County FC football on the We Are Soccer YouTube channel. Hopefully everybody is having a beautiful final weekend of June 2024. My name's Robert Kerr, and I'm very pleased to be joined by my broadcast partner, Mitch Gatsky. Mitch, steamy day and two teams that are desperate for some points. What are your keys to today's game? And first of all, thank you for joining us, and how you doing?
Yeah, it's great to be along, Rob. Always a pleasure to be back in the county. It's been a little bit of a layoff for us. No game last weekend and some road games in between for county, so good to be back here at Royal Oak High School Stadium, and yes, indeed, hot day today. Welcoming in the Michiana Lions, who are still searching for their first win of the season, and County certainly will not want that to come here this evening. Keys to the game, it's going to be a bit more chop and change at the back for County, so I am very curious to see how a new center back pairing settles in here in the early going. Michiana, a team that has struggled to score goals, so I think this one might be low scoring. We've seen County put up a decent amount of chances throughout the season, but really kind of lacking when it comes to finishing. They've certainly been hurt by a lack of goal scoring as well. So could be low scoring, premium on goals, and the first goal going to go a long way.
Youth on display for both teams as we're going to get into starting lineups in here in just a moment. But Oakland County head coach Steve Walker, first season, of course, his lineup gets younger and younger. 7 of his 18 players today have yet to set foot on a college campus, and 2 of them are young enough to be heading into their senior years of high school in the fall. So some youth to be tested here today. Both of these teams on the wrong end of some results, and quite a few changes in the visitors' lineup. I think we'll start there. Michiana FC Lions, as they go by now, a bit of a rebrand for the team from South Bend. Lining up for the visitors, Nathan Bessinger, Enrique Ramirez, Alexander Ritchie, Hayato Morimoto, Jabari Mayers, Ari Kennedy, Salafiyaji Mugala, Reed Szymanski, Jonathan Pepper, Freddie Aguilera, and Alexis Alvarado in net. Only 2 draws on the year, the rest defeats. I'm sure there's going to be some desperation to get a win from the visitors.
Yeah, and those 2 draws came over a month ago, earlier in the season. It's been a rough go lately as the weather has gotten hot here in June for Michiana. Their last 3 road games, they've been beaten 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. So, again, County will like their chances to get forward, put Michiana under some pressure, and see if they can bang in some goals here tonight. The lineup that will be charged with doing so for County, Rob Jelli between the sticks per usual. He's one of 2 for County who have played every minute this season. Captain Rocco Galati will hold down the left back spot tonight. Evan Combs and Seba Pietkovich, are in the center of defense. That's another new pairing, Rob, and something that we've been monitoring throughout this season. Right back, Jairzinho Ogaro will likely invert into midfield once County is in possession, in the mold of Trent Alexander-Arnold at your Liverpool, Rob. Kai Yamazaki has played every minute this summer as well. He will provide protection for the back line from his center defensive midfield spot. Leading scorer Colin Arce returns to the lineup. He'll patrol midfield and look to push into the attacking third. Braden Stefanovic will play an attacking mid-type role and link with the forwards. Melvin Blah starts on the left with Casey Bunker on the right. It's his second start for County, and leading the line is Joseph Pulashai, also getting his first start tonight in purple.
Looking at the age of these players, goalkeeper Rob Jelli, the elder statesman of the bunch at a ripe old age of 23. And then looking down the lineup, leading the line, he's wearing number 18, but in the number 9 position, a 17-year-old going into his senior year of high school, actually just going into his freshman year of college, excuse me, but a 17-year-old leading the line, getting his first start in his third appearance. He's only got 39 minutes on the season, so a little bit of pressure on young Joseph Pulujai. Interested to see how he will fit into the county lineup. At least he'll have some experience alongside him, Malvin Blott and Casey Bunker along with him. And I'm hoping young 18-year-old, the Canadian sensation, Braden Stavanovich, he's headed off to West Virginia in the fall, and hopefully he can start notching some goals and assists here today.
Yeah, he's a player that we were certainly on the lookout for as we began this season, and a player who we expect big things from. It hasn't all really come together for him, and maybe with some open opportunities there in positions where things, again, just haven't worked well for County, so he's going to have another opportunity to show his value tonight against a defense that, as we mentioned, has been rocky at best.
I'm glad there is some experience in the team. Obviously, Kai Yamazaki, huge for this team. I've played every minute in that number 6 role. He is absolutely important, especially for these young players. And then the fullbacks, Zinho on one side and Captain Rocco Galati, they're going to be key. They have to have nice measured performances for County to have success today. And I'm really glad to see Zinho be back in his fullback position. He did a serviceable job in the midfield, but he really seems to excel when he's on the outside.
I think right back is his better position. We saw him play in midfield the past 3, 4, maybe 5 games for County, as Steve Walker needed to kind of freshen things up, get some different ideas flowing, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of difference there is on those 2 flanks for County, because 2 players with 2 different games, touched on it just a little bit, running down the lineup. Zinho's going to want to possess the ball and check into midfield and really whip in balls from wide areas, playing a more offensive role. Rocco is going to bring energy and blaze up and down the sideline all night long. He's wearing the captain's armband for a reason, Rob. He leads by example, always demanding that everybody play 110% throughout the full 90. Expect to see more of that from him here tonight.
So it is a hot, steamy day in Royal Oak, Michigan, just about 15, 20 minutes north of the city of Detroit. Looks like the crowd is starting to fill in. We're under 5 minutes rather till kickoff here. Looking down the statistics on my sheet, not a lot of goals in either lineup. There's only 2 in the starting lineup for County, with Colin Arce in the midfield getting 2 goals early in the season, and Alec Markovsky on the bench with the other goal. And then the visitors only scoring 3 goals in the entire season and have conceded 28. So what's going to break? Will the defense break, or will the scorers find their rhythm? That's the big question for me, Mitch.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting experiment here this evening, because we have 2 teams who have struggled to score and 2 defenses that have struggled for consistency in terms of lineup, in terms of just the cohesiveness that they've been able to defend with. And that has led to a number of issues. When you don't have that solid foundation to build from, it can be harder to attack, and I think we've seen some of that play out this summer for County and for Michiana as well. Sometimes it seems like Michiana is just scrambling to get into games. They get down so early, and the goals start rolling in, and before you know it, it's an avalanche, and it's hard to dig yourself out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. County short on goals, but they're playing against a team who has conceded 13 in their last 2, so you'd hope that they'd be able to get some balls over the line. Hopefully the Elmwood Elite will be able to celebrate with purple smoke and have something to cheer about here. County sitting in 6th place out of 8, and then visiting Michiana FC Lions in 8th of 8 positions. So both teams desperate for 3 points. And if you're just tuning in, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in to We Are Soccer, and this is an Oakland County FC presentation. of USL2 soccer as Michiana FC Lions visit Royal Oak High School and take on Oakland County FC. We are under 3 minutes to go until kickoff, and it is a steamy one. Can't say enough. The fans in front of us, they're lucky. They got a little bit of breeze and some shade from the grandstand, but no breeze in the booth. I'm going to breathe here for a second as the teams are heading out of the locker rooms here.
I had to stick my head out the window there, Rob. That breeze
Yeah, I'll do
is
the
nice.
same. Might get some wind on the mic, but I'll stick my head out like a puppy in a moving car here. Got to get a little bit of breeze. Let the fur blow in the wind just a little bit.
I will say it looks like we're running a little behind. The teams are just now exiting the locker rooms, and the referees are gathering the starting lineups together to make their way out onto the pitch. So might be a bit of a later start than we're used to, but we won't complain once that sun goes down. Hopefully it'll be a little bit nicer of an evening for soccer. Something to watch. The last few games, I feel like weather has really been an issue throughout this summer. Not an issue, but certainly a factor. A lot of hot games. Thankfully, we've avoided the rain. That's previously been truly an issue, sneaking games in and just not playing in ideal conditions. I don't think there'll be a whole lot of complaining tonight because you're going to sweat either way, but we'll see which team is better equipped to withstand the high temperatures and high humidity as well.
Around the grounds in USL 2, a Great Lakes division, Flint taking on Kalamazoo, as is Lansing and Ann Arbor. So action across the state in the division.
Big match, Flint and Kalamazoo, Rob. Those two top teams looking to, well, Kalamazoo in third, but I think nearing the point where Midwest is certainly going to be worried. We saw them get out to an early lead in the standings. They played games earlier in the season than some other teams, and Flint has really flown back up the standings as they rattle off 3 points after 3 points and have overtaken the lead. But Kalamazoo will fancy themselves in a good position to challenge Flint, and we've seen those two teams go head-to-head quite a bit over the years. Always a good matchup to watch. Two strong teams that have brought home the division more times than not over the years.
Yeah, Kalamazoo definitely in that playoff hunt. It looks like it's shaping up to be, 3 to maybe Ann Arbor might squeak into that late season playoff race, but Kalamazoo definitely wanting to get some points on against Flint City, try to get into that second position or get within touching distance of second.
Yeah, and I should say with the way the standings are laid out on the USL2 website, they have Flint. Basically, they base it off of points per match, right? So even though Flint hasn't accumulated the number of points that Midwest has,
they're undefeated.
Based on the number of games they've played so far. That would suggest that they are the class of the division so far.
And it looks like the teams are starting to come out of the tunnel just below the grandstand here at Royal Oak High School Stadium. So we are just moments away from kickoff. A youthful Oakland County FC side looking for some points against the cellar dwellers, Michiana FC Lions. Formerly the South Bend Lions, haven't quite figured or gotten that muscle memory of saying Michiana FC Lions just yet. But should be an exciting game. What's going to break? There's a troubled defense against a troubled offense. Who will make the break? And hopefully for the hometown fans, it'll be the men in purple making that breakthrough and getting some goals on the board. They've been awfully difficult to come by, and I just saw when we were preparing for this game that they ruled out an own goal last week up in Flint. So Malvin still with a goose egg, one of the biggest goal contributors last season on a goose egg, but he has forced 2 own goals, which is a little bit unusual. In the opening game here, the only goal of that opening match way back at the beginning of May, he crossed the ball, which was tucked into the net by a defender. And then last week in Flint, a nice near post shot bounced off the post.
It looked like a goal.
Hit the goalie and went in.
It's one of those you can't really see the angle, but I guess under review they went back and decided that own goal was the call. We are introducing the lineups here at Royal Oak High School Stadium. We've already given them to you, but Rob, why don't we quickly reset those starting lineups?
For the hometown, Oakland County FC in goal, Robert Gelai. On the back line, Sebastian Piatkowicz. Evan Combs. We got Zinho, and of course the captain, Rocco Galati. Then in the midfield, Kai Yamazaki, Cullen Arce, and Braden Stevanovic. And on the front line, we got the young man, Joseph Apulashai, Casey Bunker, and the aforementioned Malvin Blah.
Now let's take a look at what Michiana is going to run out there today. We have Jonathan Pepper wearing number 8, Freddie Aguilera 23. The keeper is number 78, Alexis Alvarado. Nathan Bessinger is 18, Enrique Ramirez 3, Alexander Ritchie number 4, Hayato Morimoto number 10, Jabari Myers 14, 15 is Ari Kennedy, Reed Shemansky is number 20, and Sufyali Mugala is number 19.
We're going to take a quick brief moment of silence to commemorate dear friend and supporter Tim Ponser. We lost him 3 years ago. We're going to take a moment of silence before our anthem here today.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please remain standing. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Active duty and veterans may leave their caps
The
on
public address announcer introducing the anthem being played live here following that moment of silence honoring county supporter and friend Tim Ponser. Now the anthem. All right, and that's the anthem. And now it's time for business here as Oakland County FC is about to take on Michiana FC Lions. If you're just tuning in, you've got it locked into We Are Soccer YouTube channel. My name's Robert Kerr, alongside Mitch Gatsky, the OCFC stream team, and a wonderful crew up here at Royal Oak High School Stadium. We've gone through the starters. We've given you some context on the game, on the players, and now it's ready for the ball to roll. As you see at center field, the brother of Tim Ponser. We had the moment of silence honoring Tim Ponser and his family, Noah, and his wonderful parents out there taking the picture with the ceremonial ball delivery by Noah Ponser there. It looks like the home team, Oakland County FC, in the purple, are going to be going from right to left on your screen here at the first half. And then Michiana, thankfully, has changed into white tops. For a moment during warm-ups, it looked like both teams were going to be wearing dark. And I'm quite grateful that they've turned into their white tops.
We've been there and done that, Rob.
Two black teams playing against
That's
each
not a
other.
hurdle that we can't leap over. That's not going to stop us, but yes.
But hurdle
County-
we'd rather not do.
Indeed. County does play with a heavy heart tonight. Obviously, the loss of Tim Ponser is not something that we'll ever really get over. So sudden, so cruel and unusual, and it's hard to overstate the impact that he had for this club, for this community. Each one of us that still calls us, considers ourselves lucky. It's hard to put into words, like I said, kind of all that he means to this club and the people that continue to support it. So we're going to be thinking of Tim throughout this evening, and you'll be listening in for the 7th minute. There's going to be quite a lot of noise, and we'll explain why that is so special for Tim. But, yeah, on to happier news. It's a good night for soccer.
And hopefully there's going to be lots of goals. That first game following his passing, I believe County put up 13 in that game. So hopefully we'll see at least half of that this evening. Mitch, so tragic. Coming out of COVID, we were so excited and joyful to be together, and to lose him at that time. No good time to lose him, but it was especially heartbreaking. But we move on and we honor him as we get this game underway. And that's number 18 putting his foot on the ball, young Joseph Pulizai, heading off to Lindenwood University, as many of these young players are a product of Vardar Youth Club.
Yeah, we established a nice little pipeline with Vardar, and they've supplied a number of the younger ranks that have filled in as injuries and other unavailabilities have popped up for County throughout the summer.
Yeah, looking at the sourcing of a lot of these players in times past, these teams have kind of been like an all-star team of the local, college-age talent. And this year it's kind of shifted a little bit. We've got some college veterans and some young players coming up, kind of almost building for next year. And we were talking about the standings with Kalamazoo taking on Flint tonight. And Kalamazoo's trying to get back in that top 2. They were back-to-back division winners, had an off year last year. We've kind of flip-flopped years, as we had a really outstanding year, came within a breath of the playoffs. Was it 1 point or some goal difference kept us in 3rd place, while Kalamazoo had an off year. And Kalamazoo's bounced right back and are right there in this playoff chase. But these two teams just looking to score some goals and get some positivity into the program, positivity into their season for County at least, and get some goals and start to stack up some assists and some goals, because these players are going to return home in the fall with some goals in their belt and something to tell their college and high school coaches about. And we are now underway. Just a few moments late, but we are underway. Couldn't be happier. Rob Kerr alongside Mitch Gatsky, Oakland County FC in the purple, going from right to left, and Michiana FC Lions in the white tops and the black shorts, going from left to right. Sun is very much high in the air. I think we've only just passed the summer solstice, and the sun will probably be out at least until the final whistle here this evening. A little bit of breeze out there for the players and the fans, but us in the luxury seats in the booth, it's a little bit still and hot, but I think we'll battle through it. At least we're doing what we love here, Mitch.
Indeed. And the players are doing what they love, too. And at this point in the season, when maybe playoffs are out of reach, you're looking at guys who are going to take pride in what they're doing out there on the pitch. And while some guys might be individually focused, as you mentioned, looking for some plaudits to show their fall coaches, it's all going to have to come together for County. And we're looking at a number of guys who have played together for a stretch of games here. So even though there are some new starters in the mix, going to want to see that usual style of County play, and I think we're watching it right now.
That's Captain Rocco Galati, the number 10 with the armband. Looking to get something combined. Here's Casey Bunker, excuse me. It's the only other Bunker I know.
Well, that's a great nickname, I guess. We can call him Archie.
Yeah, if he scores, the Archman cometh. But here is Kai Yamazaki, the solid number 6, going out to his college teammate and his roommate, looking for the run of Pulajai. Here's Rocco Galati, side footer, but the whistle had gone.
A little push in the back there, I think, as It was Palusha was trying to get on the end of that ball, and from Zinho. We mentioned that change of position for Zinho is going to put him in maybe some different areas, but he's still going to want to work into the same spaces we were used to seeing him when he was in midfield, and there's a good example there of how he can supply service to those forwards.
This county team coming from near and far, some locations that these players come from stretch from just down the road all the way to the continent of Africa. So really a diverse lineup here on display. One of the beautiful things about the game we love is
just going to say it's the beautiful game, and it's one of the beautiful things about it is just the difference in the people that play it and how it can really bring people together, establish community with people you may not otherwise come across.
It's a Michiana team with a number of new faces in their lineup too, and they've tried a lot of different things to try to change the outcomes. They've rostered so many players. It was really kind of hard to put together what they would field with so many players with minutes under their belt. I mean, the leading scorer on their team is Thomas Wally, who's not even here today, and that's just 2 goals. And they've only scored 3, so they've had trouble keeping it out of their own net and putting it into the net. County until only really 2 results where the defense kind of fell apart as Rocco Galati chases that down, looking to put it into the box. That one just ahead of the run of Colin Arce. It was creeping in there with that late run at the top of the box. It's just, to your point at the beginning of the show, County have been able to get in and around the box plenty this season, but it's just the final touch, the final shot. There's just always been a missing link there. You know, to score a goal, quite a few things usually have to come together. There really hasn't been any freebies. You usually get, you know, a bad back pass here and there, or, you know, an interception and you get a breakaway, or, you know, you get a kind deflection. As here's Pulusaj, right footer, first save of the day from Michiana. In goal for the visitors, that's Alexis Alvarado, tested for the first time. Right-footed strike from Joseph Pulushai, saved, but good to see them work the goalie here within the first 5 minutes. But my point of sometimes it takes a lot of work and quite a few connections and runs all have to synchronize to make a goal, and there's always just been one little piece missing.
Yeah, and you mentioned the luck factor. Certainly hasn't been a lot of that for County. We've seen, I think, 3 or 4, at least offhand, that I can remember, strikes that have hit the bar or hit the post and just bounced out of the goal. Rebound chances haven't been there. And, yeah, we've come up against some teams that have been pretty solid at the back. So an opportunity, as we mentioned, for County to express themselves here tonight. Some guys who haven't necessarily scored the goals yet, but they fancy their chances.
A sliding challenge from Sebastian Piakowicz. I think that's his first start or second start of the season. He's got 90 minutes under his belt. He's from Windsor, Ontario, hitting the deck early. He's challenged here, and he gets the tackle in there to get that out of bounds. The young Canadian doing well in that situation, heading off to Eastern Illinois here in the fall.
Yeah, and he's been pressed into service with Mamadou Keita in and out of the lineup, Barutsky, Wishmeyer. I could go on and on, Rob.
Van de Winkel.
There's been a lot of center backs. Koji, there's been a lot of center backs. And it's interesting because though those center backs are different and there's been a lot of turnover game to game, the outside backs, the keeper, center defensive mid, Kai Yamazaki, they've all been the same. So it's kind of the defense on the outskirts, at least, has that continuity, but it's just the middle that's been hard to firm up, really.
Yeah, those 2 in the middle also so important.
And
it's hard to change those guys around as they are key to so many things. And
if you wanted 2 guys to play every minute of every game for you, it would be your center backs, and that just is not a luxury that County have enjoyed this summer.
But luckily, goalkeeper Rob Gelai and the number 6, Kai Yamazaki, who you just saw push it wide, have played every minute of the season, and that's Casey Bunker getting on the end of that long ball, turns his defender. That's Richie, and then takes some hands contact. Thankfully, the whistle does finally go. Number 15 for the visitors, just straight extended arms to.
Perfect timing, Rob, as we cross into, well, the 8th minute, but 7 minutes on the clock. And as we mentioned, Tim Ponser, TP7, kind of our rallying call.
It's the 7th minute. We're going to do a 7th minute cheer here.
So, yes, you will hear the Elmwood Elite making some noise here. And
at this time, if you could please stand for a round of applause for a moment of silence for a beloved supporter.
Let's show some love to Tim.
3 years ago, Tim Ponser, son, supporter, and best of all, great friend when you needed one the most.
Good to celebrate Tim. It's good to think of him here today. Even though we do miss him and it does hurt, it's important to keep his memory strong. And again, just a founding member of the Elmwood Elite. Meant so much to us all, and hope this club get to where it is. Just made it fun to be around. So it's really a bummer that he's no longer around for us.
And his legacy, still stands. I mean, a lot of the guys in the Elmwood Elite that are all hugging it out over there in the right stand, to the right side of the camera. I'm not sure if you can see it, but down to the right, the Elmwood Elite cheering section, hugging it out and chanting over there in memory of our friend and dear supporter who brought a lot of those guys into the fold and kind of like had that contagious energy that really connects a lot of people. And got actually some he worked in mainstream media himself and got quite a few folks to check us out for the first time, and he was a great force for this club. Here's Rocco down the near side looking for Casey Bunker. Not quite able to catch up to that one, though. As I'm curious to see how the heat and the conditions are going to affect these players, if they're going to try to pace themselves and save it for the end, or kind of go all out and rely on the bench. The bench for the visitors, we should note, is shorter. I think they only have about 5 or 6. There's many more on the county bench over there.
And you would expect that one of them is probably a keeper. So in terms of outfield players,
I think they've got 4 outfield players, it looks like.
Yeah, maybe not a lot of options. I think Rocco has new boots on. I don't remember him wearing the
light colored
greens.
ones?
Yeah.
Keith Larson not in the lineup today. I'm not sure if his...
Are those his boots, do you think?
No, I was saying he was wearing pink up in Flint, and I was just saying that he took some flack for that. But he looked good.
The refs are in pink tonight, and I think they look brilliant. Although, far side judge with the long sleeves, I don't know if that's the move tonight.
Yeah, the linesman on the near side is the short sleeves, and he's in the shadow. And then the gentleman, the AR on the far side, got the long sleeves. I can just feel the sweat running down the back there for that gentleman. And the substitutes just looking straight into the sun there on the bench.
Yeah, it is a little rough. You can see head coach Steve Walker there on the far sideline, just to the right of the Diversified Members Credit Union banner. He's shielding himself from the sun.
Casey Bunker on the run. This is going to be close with the goalkeeper, and the keeper ends up doing quite well. Alvarado off his line smartly to get there before Casey Bunker. He's been called into action twice now. He had one save off the boot of Joseph Pulashai, and then had to come out there to prevent Casey Bunker from doing some damage. Casey Bunker heading off to West Virginia Wesleyan, his second year out there in the fall. And this guy, Evan Combs, putting in a lot of work. He put in maybe a full game last night for Stars U23s, so he's getting his minutes in.
Might have to go a full 90 tonight. So
here's Casey Bunker. Can he get a shot off? He crosses it, but the flag comes off for offside.
Interesting.
But it does look like Casey Bunker is getting maybe a little bit of action might be heading his way down this left-hand side. He's gotten a little bit of attention here. He's getting in behind a few times.
They're looking to play through him for sure, and a little bit of a change to the lineup. We're so used to seeing Malvin Blah, play with Chewy Makuka on the wings, but Bunker getting the chance tonight, and he's got a little bit more speed than I think, at least I knew he had.
As this one rolls to goalkeeper Rob Gell, I'll let you guys know about title sponsor for OCFC, Diversified Members Credit Union, your local credit union. Upgrade your life with kitchens, weddings, vacations, and more. They'll help make it real. Visit the tent when you're at the games or visit them online. Diversified Members Credit Union, thank you so much for being such a consistent and reliable partner. Always bringing the goodies here when you come to the game. And if you are a viewer of OCFC and haven't come out to a game, I do recommend it. We got 2 more dates here at Royal Oak High School Stadium.
Yeah, it's always a great night here at Royal Oak High School Stadium. As you mentioned, really the best entertainment bang for your buck in Oakland County. And if you haven't checked it out yet, what are you waiting for? Come on out and see us.
Face painting, bounce houses, little mini goal set up to practice your shots. We had a live band, saxophone anthem player, and we'll have some more of the band at halftime. And usually some pretty good entertainment on the field as Casey Bunker tries to work his way into the box.
I was going to say, Rob, all that, and you didn't even mention the high-quality soccer that we actually see on the pitch, because really a lot of guys from a lot of different colleges who come through this league.
Oh, and it looked like Stevanovic had linked up with Malvin Blah there.
Really good idea.
And we haven't seen many of those diagonal runs this year. I mean, how many times have we seen Malvin run diagonally across the top of the box?
That's very true. Cutting inside across defenders' faces, making them make decisions. Do I run with this guy? Do I pass him off? You're right. It's not something that we've seen a lot from Malvin. Hope to see a little bit more of it.
Yeah, and the number 9, Braden Stevanovic, kind of playing the number 10 role in actuality, and he's the highest touted Canadian high school prospect. He's headed up to West Virginia and really hasn't had a lot of folks to combine with, or just haven't quite found the balance yet to really set him alight, set him on fire, and really unlock what he's got. There's been some flashes. There's clearly some talent there, but haven't quite found the partnership in the squad to really unlock what he's got.
And it's an exciting time, Rob, because we give these young guys an opportunity to build together, and hopefully they will want to come back next summer and work on that relationship even more. You know, if they have fun, if they bang in some goals tonight, they have some positive memories to take back to school, they're going to want to come back to the county next season. That's what we want, and, you know, hopefully games like this provide the platform. Good step by Kai there, and he draws the foul. Well done. Veteran play.
And it looks like there's going to be a yellow card here for the gentleman with the very exciting hair, who he got called on that foul here on the near side outside of the box, the number 15, Kennedy. He's gotten a couple calls, so I think that was more like a repeated foul sort of a yellow card. I mean, if you're going to get 2 or 3 fouls in the first 15 minutes of the game, the referee's going to tell you to chill out there a little bit with the yellow card.
Chill out.
And we'll see what County do. They really haven't been all that effective from set plays in the 2024 campaign. So we'll see what it looks like. Zinho and who is that standing over the ball?
Whoever
Left-footed take,
go.
far post, and that's well over the back post run of Kai Yamazaki.
I think maybe Arce floated that one in toward the back post, but no luck. You mentioned, actually, that was Stefanovic.
That took that?
Yes, indeed. Tell you about Sweet Green, Rob. Their core values guide their actions, and they aim to empower their customers, team members, and partners to be a positive force on the food system. And that's why they're building a transparent supply network, why they cook from scratch, and why they're building a community of people who believe in the power of real food. For more information and locations nearest you, visit sweetgreen.com.
Here come Michiana, really over the halfway line for the first time in the game so far. And that is the aforementioned Kennedy getting brought down for the first foul against County, I believe. The first one in the attacking half at the very least.
It's been a clean game so far. A lot of back and forth through the midfield. Not too many chances either way. We did see Pulishai get denied his early opportunity. But Rob Geli has been not really called upon yet. We'll see. This might be a little too far out for a crack at goal, but maybe one of these players will fancy their chances. It looks like 14 and 10 lining up over top of it.
Number 14 is Jabari Mayers. See if he takes a left-footed crack at it. Looks like he will. Hits the wall. Stevanovic taking the brunt of that one. Ritchie tries to get it in the box. And here's Kennedy, right-footed strike. And that's the first save of the day for the Rock, Rob Geli.
Nice. I like that. He has been a rock for County. The goals that have come in, you can't really say have been his fault. Maybe a mistake or two last time we were here against Midwest, but otherwise, he has been a rock.
Yeah, I'd say Midwest was his only performance where you could really put him at fault for any.
Yeah.
But if you are performing 7 out of the 8 games, as you're probably in consideration for man of the match, I mean, everybody has their day.
And again, different back line every game makes it really tough for the keeper. Communication is huge, and when you're just not on the same page as the guys who are in front of you, it can prove really tough.
Kai Yamazaki kind of got bailed out there. He looked like he got caught on the ball, but the referee gave him a late whistle there. I thought that was going to be a dangerous turnover there for a second, but County, no worse for wear there, as our center referee did blow for that. We'll see if County can get out of this press, and they do, and that's Combs getting the return pass.
Nice ball.
And that's down for Malvin. Can he get behind Ritchie? He crosses.
I disagree with that.
And that's another offside.
I got to say, I disagree with that. I think he timed his run perfectly, and yeah, I'm not the one making the calls.
I like the fluidity of Casey Bunker and Malvin Blah changing wings. I like when they are able to switch up from side to side, just in general, any attacking front, if they have fluidity to, keep the defense guessing as much as possible. You want to put them in the most uncomfortable position. If maybe Ritchie, the number 4 here, was maybe getting a read on Bunker, and now he has a whole nother animal in Malvin to deal with. And it looked like Malvin had gotten in behind that number 4 Ritchie again, but the referee, who's staring into the sun, put his flag up.
And it's a tactic that we've seen from County, really regardless of who those wingers have been. They do like to chop and change, and even with the center striker, it's kind of a mix and match approach in the top 3, and it does present some problems for defenders who are used to looking for number 17 or number 11. All of a sudden, it's the other one who's on your face, and you got to talk back there and make sure everybody's covered.
Good step by Evan Combs, the number 5 there. And that's a slow rolling through ball. Looked like he was going to reach Pulisic there for a moment.
Not quite enough on it. It just ran out of steam before it could roll past the defender there. Good sliding tackle.
That's one of the things that makes it so difficult with artificial turf. The ball doesn't really naturally slow down. So if you play it a little heavy, it'll never slow down into the run of that attacking player. So try to put a little bit of touch on it. Gives the defender some opportunity to get it back for that.
Speaking of a little touch, Zinho with the nutmeg there on the far side.
We're about 20 minutes in here, as here's Zinho offside.
Jeez.
Again,
I don't know.
counting that tight.
I don't know.
I'm not sure about that one.
That's already 4, I think, offsides on the same kind of plays. It's those slide balls through.
Here's a New Age American introduction. On the 5th one, they can't call it. The 5th one's free.
Is that the 5th element?
Yeah, the 5th element rule. You can be offside every 5 times.
I have it recorded, I will say.
One of my favorite movies.
We were talking about it the other day. It's recorded.
Oh, no. We got a player down here, but they're playing on. No whistle. Right-footed strike is blocked by Combs. Chipped up in the air, and now the whistle comes. I'm not sure what happened there. Was it the ball?
Not sure.
Player down.
Didn't look good, whatever it was, because there wasn't a whole lot in it. So we'll see if Sebastian Pjatkiewicz is all right.
Yeah, Piotkovic making his second start. He's needing some assistance to get to the side. Looks like he's holding his face. Did he take an elbow there? Or can't quite recall
He's
what.
Come off. That was the signal from the trainer there. Might be a quick substitution.
Piotkovic definitely in a little bit of distress there. And there is a blue bib player chatting with him, asking if he's all right. And he's just grabbing a water. I think Piotkovic is going to come back, actually. Just
Good.
grabbing a drink.
Referee's going to, I think, take the time to let him back on. Oh, well, not quite, but County's going to get the ball. And oh, yeah, there we go. He's back on. No time missed. No worse for wear.
23 minutes played here at Royal Oak High School Stadium. Oakland County FC welcoming the visiting cellar dwellers of the Great Lakes Division of USL2, Michiana FC Lions. Michiana only with 2 points on the season. They have 2 draws, no wins, and 7 losses, while Oakland County has not much better, 2 wins and 6 defeats. As Michiana looked to combine, but not really on the same page at all, but they get a whistle, a foul committed against the number 23, Aguilera, I believe that it was. Freddie Aguilera. His ball's back in action. There's Pulushai.
Good touch there to bring that down.
No way is Malvin offside here. He gets on the end of that. There's a lot of white shirts closing in on him. He cuts inside. Can he find a teammate? He goes left footer.
Ooh, okay.
Over the bar. I like that aggression, but not on target there from the number 17, Malvin Blah.
Yeah, good idea, but you do have to force the save there. You got teammates running into the box, and you know the defenders are breaking their necks trying to get back as well and not in a great position to deal with any potential rebounds. You would have loved to force a save, but maybe next time for Malvin.
We're in the 25th minute here. Thank you for joining us here on We Are Soccer YouTube channel. My name is Robert Kerr alongside Mitch Gatsky. All home games for Oakland County being streamed live. You can come back to them as well here on the We Are Soccer YouTube channel. It's been a nice new home after the former platform. 11 became no more.
We didn't even need to mention them. They're gone. We're glad to be with We Are Soccer, and they've shown us a lot of love this summer. It's a pleasure to work with those guys. They help us out with news and notes for the broadcast and a platform to spread the word of this great club to people out there across Michigan and across the world. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's been a busy summer of soccer all over with the Euros tournament and Copa America going. I know there's a couple games approaching. Also a couple of games we're keeping our eye on across the Great Lakes Division. Hope for some updates there. Once we get into halftime, I'll check out the phone, see what's going on across the division.
And a loose pass out of the back towards Rocco Galati forced him to lunge in a little bit there. And
somebody's getting guarded.
It might be Rocco, but the reaction from the player might have gotten it. I mean, it was a hefty challenge, but it didn't seem
it was a 50-50. You know, both guys are entitled to the ball, and you could kind of slide in the same way. I guess Rocco maybe stuck a foot in or left a foot in. Too much contact, follow through. It was a tough challenge for sure. I don't think deserving a yellow, but referee is going to give him one. He'll need to behave the rest of the evening.
One thing I have noticed with refereeing lately is there are many, I don't want to say anything specifically about this referee. We're only about 25 minutes in, but a lot of them are impacted by the reactions of the players to fouls. If you're down there by the side of the field, if the player yells out, that natural inclination to blow the whistle kicks in, and a lot of the referees do react to that sort of thing.
I think part of it, too, is trying to keep a good handle on the game and not letting things get too out of hand. When you see those big reactions, those can really mount up, and if you have 2, 3, 4 in a row, all of a sudden yellow card offenses turn into red card offenses, and your hand can be kind of forced as a referee. You know, you don't want to show too many yellows too early and set yourself up for even more later, and the game just becomes sloppy. But again, you don't want to lose control and have Guys flying around there recklessly putting each other in danger.
The injured Michiana player was number 23, Freddie Aguilera.
He's been active today for Michiana.
And here's Braden Stefanovic on the turn.
A lot of space.
He's got options and space. What is he going to do? He drives, shot, low. And
Good shot.
Diving save by the Michiana keeper, Alvarado. That's his second of the day. That probably the most difficult of the pair. Nice to see that aggression to step to the side of the defender and let loose with his left boot.
There was a lot of space in the midfield as Michiana got stretched and the center backs weren't able to close down. And I'd like to see more of that from County because, again, we mentioned it. They've been in the positions, but they just haven't had as many cracks at goal as you would like.
The corner chant made famous by Tim Ponser, loud and proud, as that one goes centrally. Looked like Evan Combs might get on the end of that, but Malvin's going to get another try. He puts it at back post, so that's over everybody's head. But
that first ball was great. Really dangerous area inside the 6. Combs went up for it. Got hit from behind. Again, both players entitled to jump for that 50-50. Just gets pushed off of it. Can't nudge it into the net.
Here's Stefanovic on a loose ball. He cuts around one, and he's knocked over, and surely that's a penalty.
Penalty.
And calmly and in his own time, the referee does point to the spot. Braden Stefanovic took advantage of a very loose pass out of the back and was absolutely taken out inside the 18-yard box. Penalty, County.
That was expertly done.
Be ready.
And, yes, the referee did indeed take his time, but I kind of like it, Rob, because sometimes you see them rush in and run toward the spot, and it looks like they were ready to call the pen. You know that one was earned.
And Stefanovic is going to take this, an opportunity for his first goal for County. Left footer, and he buries it. Braden Stefanovic opens his County account, and we're on the board 1-0 County.
That is a professionally drawn and taken penalty by Stefanovic. What a job to slot that one in. Keeper guessed right, but there was nothing he could do about it. Side netting, 1-0 County.
And that's wonderful to see. Noah Ponser running across the grandstand with the purple smoke. I feel like it's been so long since we smelled the sulfur of the purple smoke. Soak it in, guys.
It has been a while.
The purple of County is back.
It has been a while, and it's a great night for it. We're going to take a little water break.
The goal's so good it makes them have to take a timeout. As it is above, 85 degrees here in Metro Detroit. So I think they would have done that anyway, but what a wonderful time to take a break right after the goal.
Yeah, now we'll see how that changes things for County. I would expect a lot more possession. We saw the first 5 minutes or so, they were really on the ball, and great spell of attacking play that generated an early chance. I can't overstate how well done that was by Braden Stefanovic. He seized that ball at the perfect moment. He saw the defender in a vulnerable position, drove right at him, made him make a decision, drew the penalty, put it home. Just what a job.
I want to take this moment to thank Diversified Members Credit Union, your local credit union, from kitchens, bathrooms, vacations, and more. Visit the DMCU tent when you're here at an Oakland County FC game, or visit them on the website. DMCU, thank you, a consistent partner of Oakland County FC. They're at all of these home games. They've always have the free giveaways. I love seeing them out at the games. There was a couple seasons there, their first 2 seasons, where they're giving away the purple cowbells, and the cowbell became a whole background sound to County games.
You still see some of those floating around.
As Luke Zagorski of the Elmwood Elite is on the megaphone trying to get everybody going here, keep the energy up during this hydration break. They're definitely making the most out of this hydration break. Usually it's a sip and run, but in this hot, steamy conditions, players are making the most of it.
Good opportunity for both coaches to kind of reset things, especially after that goal. We'll see what kind of changes await, but I expect Steve Walker to pull more out of his players. Say, that's exactly what we need. Get on the front foot, establish possession in the attacking third, force those turnovers. We've seen it time and again this season. That's really how County has generated goals. Another example here tonight coming via the penalty, first of the season for County, I believe, at least at home.
I can't remember too many. I mean,
can't
there's
think of
only been
another
5
one.
goals. I don't think any of those were PKs. And usually every season I have to update all my statistics after every single game and keep going, but haven't had to do quite as much of that. And I think you're right on that, Mitch. First penalty conversion of the season, and it's so great to see Braden Stevanovic break into the scoring tally. I mean, we were hoping he was going to score a lot of goals, and maybe that's the first of many wearing the purple of County. And after about a 3 to 4 minute delay, we are going to get back underway.
And we said it's his show tonight. It's Stefanovic and Pulshai up top, an opportunity for them to shine. They've done quite well leading the line here for County tonight.
Not sure if there was any substitutions just now. This number 6 down here,
He looks new,
I
yeah.
don't think that he was in the starting lineup. We'll have to come back to you with that.
Andrew Nicom.
Andrew Nicom, the number 6 on this right-hand side now.
Quick change. Interesting. There wasn't really a clear announcement of that on the far side.
Well, there was a lengthy water break there. And if you're just joining us, my name is Robert Kerr, and I'm alongside Mitch Gatzke here on We Are Soccer's YouTube channel. And Braden Stevanovic, 29th minute penalty kick, the difference between the two teams. And we just had about a 3-4 minute water break, as it is a hot and steamy occasion here in Metro Detroit. That's Captain Rocco Galati to throw in, and I'm sure County are going to want to get as many as they can. The visitors here have conceded 13 goals in their last 2 matches, and now 14 in 2.5. And I'm sure the young fellas, there's multiple teenagers, many teenagers on this lineup that I'm sure are licking their chops, hoping to get their name on the score sheet at the USL2 level.
It's been a tough season for County, to be sure. Tonight's a night where you can go out and have some fun. And we understand that Michiana's had some things going on with the club, some changes at the top, and some frustration with what's happened this summer. We obviously are with them. We want them to stick around. They've been good to us when we visited.
Here's Stevanovic breaking into the box again, right-footed strike. It's deflected by the defender, and it did come off Stevanovic, but he's got a very confident and aggressive first step now. You could tell that there's a little bit of confidence, some wind under his wings now after a positive start to this game. It's good to see him kind of rampaging into the opponent box there.
And that's the thing, Rob. Confidence builds on itself. When you see one go in, you're more confident that the next one's going to go in, and you're willing to take that chance, take a step forward. Again, the term I'm using tonight is express yourselves. You got young guys in the lineup who want to prove that they belong at this level and at higher levels, in fact. So go out there and show what you're made of. We're seeing quite a bit of that from a few County players. Michiana with the ball, they haven't really done anything with it.
No, they've got one shot on target. They did make Rob Jalai dive to his right, but not much else in this opening 35 minutes here in Royal Oak. Jalai will have to, stay tight, as that through ball is going to make its way to Casey Bunker. He's got a couple players ahead of him, but he got a little excited and let loose. But back to your point of seeing one go in makes it easier to go against. Yeah, it's making them feel confident to take those shots. There isn't a lot of players that were taking confident shots in previous games. And it's funny how psychology works like that. Sometimes the goal just looks massive. And in other times, it doesn't seem like it's even possible to get it over the line. It's so bizarre.
Buy one. And you can feel it, too. It almost kind of – it exemplifies itself through the screen. You can just kind of feel what's going on in the player's mind. And their frustrations when things aren't going the right way, and it can turn just as quickly as we saw it with that penalty.
And for a moment, I thought that was going to get into the run of number 6 there, but goalkeeper Rob Gelai in the right place there, and that long ball just a little bit too close to him as Combs is being chased down but plays calmly. And this is a nice diagonal ball for Malvin Block. Can he get in on that? But that's Ritchie did well to get on that.
Really well, because if he'd gotten beat, that would have been tough. 2-on-1 opportunity for County.
That's Alexander Ritchie. He's going to be a senior at the University of Indianapolis, showing a little bit of experience to shepherd off the ball. But here is that sub, Naomi, or Nicome rather, trying to get into the box. He put it centrally, but didn't connect with his teammate that was running goalward.
I think County got away with one there. Rocco got caught out of position. He took a step up to make a play, ended up losing the ball to Nicome, who got behind him. County scrambling. Lucky that one rolled through to Gelai.
Here's County building down that right-hand side, looking for the cross for Malvin.
I think
Ritchie defending. He gets looped by Malvin. Back, some space for Rocco. He crosses and headed away at the last moment by Ari Kennedy.
Bunker was lurking back post, ready to head that one in. And I think the diagonal ball at Ritchie, making him make decisions in the air with Malvin, a really good technical dribbler in his face. That looks to be the way that County is trying to attack, at least in these last few attempts. Dangerous
That's
ball
just
there.
over the head of Pulishai. The 17-year-old would love to get a present like that.
He's got some height, too, so I want to see County get some balls in.
Here's Stevanovic with some space, and he's got options. 2 to his right, 1 to his left. He goes right. Right-footed strike, and what a save. That's the best save of the night from the visiting goalkeeper.
And I think
Who was that? Was that Arce stepping out of the midfield for that?
It was, yeah, and the best attacking move for County here this evening. I think quick 1-2 combination opened things up, and Arce losing his footing but sliding, getting a lot of purchase on that attempt at goal, but a good save. Keep that out.
Good interception there by Zinho. He gets the return pass. Goes to Pulishai. Nice little turn. He's got options to his left. He's looking to his right. There's Kai Yamazaki. Can he take a shot? He's not even thinking shot.
He normally doesn't, no.
Pulisaj over to Malvin. There's a few options there. He plays it short to Rocco. On the floor, Pulisaj stuck a foot out, but not enough on that to trouble the goalkeeper.
Had more time than he knew. He could have really had a strike instead of just trying to steer that one on goal. Too far out for that to really trouble the keeper.
It's great to see those numbers up the field. We haven't seen a lot of that in other games. He had 3, 4, 5 players in and around the opponent's box.
It's just been the ability to win the ball back in these sort of situations. Midfield for County doing a lot of the heavy lifting, freeing up the forwards to get looks.
Whistle against Nicome. It'll be a County free kick here in the middle of the park. Plenty of space on the far side if they want to play a quick switch out to Casey Bunker. And they eventually do.
Bunker's been on that right side since about the 15-minute mark when we saw that original switch.
Here he is again. Right-footed cross goes behind Pulusaj.
Whoa.
Stevanovic tried to get his left foot around that. Didn't quite get the right connection, but stays with County. Starting to really put their foot on the ball here and take control as we cross over the 40-minute mark. There should be a decent amount of stoppage time here in the first half with that extended water break.
I would think so, yeah. A couple injuries as well, so maybe, I mean, you mentioned it. The water break itself was about 3-4 minutes, so could be looking at a number of minutes here.
Bunker had some space there, and he played it into trouble when he probably could have had a turn himself. You want to know that space all around you all the time because he probably could have had a turn and a shot there on the edge of the Michiana box. But the ball still with County. It looks like that initial surge of energy is waning from the visitors.
Yeah, there's no pressure on the ball, so when County have it in their own half, you can see right now.
Oh, that's lucky to go through the legs of the defender as Malvin sent down the left-hand side. What can he do with the ball? He's got Rocco Galati in support. Here's Pulisage. Returns to Galati. Can he get a shot on goal? And he has a touch just a tad too heavy. And that'll roll to the Lions goalkeeper.
Yeah,
that looked really promising. My eyes lit up for Rocco there for a second.
Really good ball in there from Pulisage. He plays the 1-2 with Rocco blitzing in from the left-hand side, but a good job by Alvarado to come rushing off his line, cutting down that angle. I think Rocco would have wanted to chop that one back across the goal as he had a teammate rushing goalward.
Amongst the many attractions here at OCFC games is a free face painting.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw some pretty interesting looking face paint walk up the section in front of us. Kind of almost like a Joker
Why
sort
so
of a
serious?
look. Yeah.
Rob? Why so serious?
Not the butterflies and stuff like that you usually see on these children.
Let me tell you a story about my father. So, yeah, you can see right now just the difference in terms of the build-up play. Michiana really having to work for it, and County with a whole lot of time at the back to get themselves organized, find those attacking lanes that they want to use. Michiana kind of having to scramble and find things on the fly. As County's just forcing the issue, making them play a little bit faster than they want to. And without a clear idea, you know, I still really haven't figured out what exactly Michiana wants to do in terms of their style of play when they have the ball. It's been kind of a freestyle approach.
Rocco plays back to July. And the shadow's starting to get a little longer now, but I feel like we're probably still going to be in daylight by the time this one's over. As Pulisage is roughed up a little bit, and they probably should have played advantage there. As Casey Bunker turned into some space, and they're really going to make him play slow. The referee making him go back to the exact spot. Arce plays diagonally to Malvin Blah. He's got an overlap from Galati. He plays it square to Pulisage, who is got some height, to your point. He's got some size to him.
Tall guy.
That's that XL shirt he's got on there. I was doing a little shopping here at the merch tent.
There aren't many XLs, let me tell you.
Diagonal ball over Archie's head.
See,
here's Malvin Blah. Eventually, the defender does come up with that, but his pass is cut out by the County defensive back line, and Kai Yamazaki, no-nonsense pass back to Jelai.
Richie did a good job to recover there as that bouncing ball looked like it might eat him up, freeing Malvin.
Combs steps up nicely there, and here's Zinho in some space. He's able to pick his head up and pick a pass. He's looking for Stefanovic, but that's not accurate enough to get to him.
Combs has been really comfortable on the ball. We've seen him quite a bit kind of launching the attack for County with big diagonal balls and hooking it forward to link with the forwards directly, not even needing the midfield.
That's Arce getting whistled for the foul there as we are into first half stoppage time here at Royal Oak High School Stadium. 1-0 the scoreline, courtesy of a 29th minute penalty kick converted by the number 9 in purple, Braden Stefanovic. His first as a County player. Great to see him off the mark.
County's been the better team since that goal, for sure. Maybe a little unlucky that it's not 2 already. Michiana certainly looking to get into halftime down just the 1 goal.
I get to see some familiar friends. I haven't. These little kids down here were on the team I used to coach.
Oh, Coach Rob.
Clawson Soccer. I've got some of my kids I haven't seen in about a year down here coming up to the Oakland County game. We got little Mari here running grandstand, and with Leo here too. Gasparado's in the house. Great to see them.
Like the Messi kit and the blank Atletico. Sharp.
Michiana looking to cause some chaos here, but there's Combs again getting in the way of that, and he continues. And he does well to win that physical battle and get that whistle. You could see The number 6 playing him pretty strong and could have been taken advantage of, but refused to give up the ball there.
He's good with the ball. He's comfortable. He's strong. Maybe not what you would expect from a center back, but he's done quite well tonight. Been impressed.
Can County get one here in first half stoppage time? It would be excellent to see for those in attendance. I'm sure they're ready and willing to celebrate, as here's Malvin Blah. Left-footed cross low in a very dangerous area. One of his best deliveries of the game.
No doubt.
Skidded right off the top of the 6-yard box. And Casey Bunker, the closest one to that, but just a step or two behind. You'd love to see Poussage sliding through the middle of the box, getting on the end of that one.
Just too much space here on the left-hand flank for County to attack into. Richie, I think, needs some help from his winger, Nicome, or maybe the central midfielder here on the near side as well, just to shore things up. Mugala there, number 19, the captain. You see, might need to check a little bit closer to the sideline.
And there is the halftime whistle from the center referee. You are watching Oakland County FC soccer on We Are Soccer. USL 2 Great Lakes Division action at the half. 1-0 in favor of the home team. Oakland County FC up 1-0 over Michiana FC Lions. We're going to take our break for halftime, get a drink, pat the sweat off of our foreheads, and come back.
I need a towel.
For the second half of action here at Royal Oak High School Stadium.
At OMPT Specialists, we treat our patients like their family. Our one-on-one treatment approach and philosophy really allows us to get to know our patients on a personal level. We understand what is impacting them the most and what we need to work on, and we're able to target those things very fast and get them back to function as quick as possible.
Everyone knows about the big bucket list. Trips to Europe, climbing a mountain, skydiving at 40,000 feet. But what's on your monthly bucket list? You know, the one we'd like to check off now? At Diversified Members Credit Union, we're not for profit, so we can offer some of the lowest rates around, just in time to set sail. DMCU, here to help because that's what neighbors do.
In addition to our manual skills, we also have state-of-the-art equipment here at OMPT Specialists. For example, we have hydrotherapy, which is a treadmill underwater that allows the patients to unload their joints and walk pain-free.
You've got goals and you're giving it your all every day. Isn't it time someone gave you something back? At Diversified Members Credit Union, we couldn't agree more. That's why we created Give Back Checking. Just do what you normally do and get cash back. Every month, all year. DMCU, here to help because that's what neighbors do.
At OMPT Specialists, we treat our patients like their family. Our one-on-one treatment approach and philosophy really allows us to get to know our patients on a personal level. We understand what is impacting them the most and what we need to work on, and we're able to target those things very fast and get them back to function as quick as possible.
Everyone knows about the big bucket list. Trips to Europe, climbing a mountain, skydiving at 40,000 feet. But what's on your monthly bucket list? You know, the one we'd like to check off now? At Diversified Members Credit Union, we're not for profit, so we can offer some of the lowest rates around, just in time to set sail. DMCU, here to help because that's what neighbors do.
In addition to our manual skills, we also have state-of-the-art equipment here at OMPT Specialists. For example, we have hydrotherapy, which is a treadmill underwater that allows the patients to unload their joints and walk pain-free.
You've got goals and you're giving it your all every day. Isn't it time someone gave you something back? At Diversified Members Credit Union, we couldn't agree more. That's why we created Give Back Checking. Just do what you normally do and get cash back. Every month, all year. DMCU, here to help because that's what neighbors do.
At OMPT Specialists, we treat our patients like their family. Our one-on-one treatment approach and philosophy really allows us to get to know our patients on a personal level. We understand what is impacting them the most and what we need to work on, and we're able to target those things very fast and get them back to function as quick as possible.
Everyone knows about the big bucket list. Trips to Europe, climbing a mountain, skydiving at 40,000 feet. But what's on your monthly bucket list? You know, the one we'd like to check off now? At Diversified Members Credit Union, we're not for profit, so we can offer some of the lowest rates around, just in time to set sail. DMCU, here to help because that's what neighbors do.
In addition to our manual skills, we also have state-of-the-art equipment here at OMPT Specialists. For example, we have hydrotherapy, which is a treadmill underwater that allows the patients to unload their joints and walk pain-free.
You've got goals and you're giving it your all every day. Isn't it time someone gave you something back? At Diversified Members Credit Union, we couldn't agree more. That's why we created Give Back Checking. Just do what you normally do and get cash back. Every month, all year. DMCU, here to help because that's what neighbors do.
At OMPT Specialists, we treat our patients like their family. Our one-on-one treatment approach and philosophy really allows us to get to know our patients on a personal level. We understand what is impacting them the most and what we need to work on, and we're able to target those things very fast and get them back to function as quick as possible.
Everyone knows about the big bucket list. Trips to Europe, climbing a mountain, skydiving at 40,000 feet. But what's on your monthly bucket list? You know, the one we'd like to check off now? At Diversified Members Credit Union, we're not for profit, so we can offer some of the lowest rates around, just in time to set sail. DMCU, here to help because that's what neighbors do.
In addition to our manual skills, we also have state-of-the-art equipment here at OMPT Specialists. For example, we have hydrotherapy, which is a treadmill underwater that allows the patients to unload their joints and walk pain-free.
You've got goals and you're giving it your all every day. Isn't it time someone gave you something back? At Diversified Members Credit Union, we couldn't agree more. That's why we created Give Back Checking. Just do what you normally do and get cash back. Every month, all year. DMCU, here to help because that's what neighbors do.
At OMPT Specialists, we treat our patients like their family. Our one-on-one treatment approach and philosophy really allows us to get to know our patients on a personal level. We understand what is impacting them the most and what we need to work on, and we're able to target those things very fast and get them back to function as quick as possible.
Everyone knows about the big bucket list. Trips to Europe, climbing a mountain, skydiving at 40,000 feet. But what's on your monthly bucket list? You know, the one we'd like to check off now? At Diversified Members Credit Union, we're not for profit, so we can offer some of the lowest rates around, just in time to set sail. DMCU, here to help because that's what neighbors do.
addition to our manual skills, we also have state-of-the-art equipment here at OMPT Specialists. For example, we have hydrotherapy, which is a treadmill underwater that allows the patients to unload their joints and walk pain-free.
You've got goals and you're giving it your all every day. Isn't it time someone gave you something back? At Diversified Members Credit Union, we couldn't agree more. That's why we created Give Back Checking. Just do what you normally do and get cash back. Every month, all year. DMCU, here to help because that's what neighbors do.
At O-
Welcome back here on We Are Soccer, streaming live from Royal Oak High School Stadium. USL2 action, Oakland County FC taking on the visiting Michiana FC Lions. And the score reads, with about a minute to go until the second half, 1-0 for Oakland County. It was a 29th minute penalty kick from the left boot, I believe, of Braden Stevanovic. His first goal of the day. My name is Robert Kerr alongside Mitch Gatsky. Good first half for County, and they got the first goal. They haven't scored too many goals, so it's good to see one hit the back of the net. What more do you think County can do here to stretch out their advantage?
Just keep possession of the ball at this point. I think you're looking at an opposing team that has really gone through it over the last few weeks, and they've had some chop and change in their lineup as well. They will have taken not a terribly long road trip, but a road trip none the same today in hot conditions. It's just not ideal. And, yeah, you're looking at an opportunity here for County to get on the ball and really choke things out here as we go through this second half. I would expect them to want to at least add one more insurance goal to see this game out. But I think at this point you really shift into the mindset where you want to keep this clean sheet. There's been a couple here at home, and defending has been a strength for County throughout the season despite those goal-scoring issues. And players like Kai Yamazaki putting in a great shift in central defensive midfield. We talked about Rob Jelai making a very strong save the one time he was tested in the first half. And a new center back pairing that is doing quite well. Sebastian Piatkiewicz and Evan Combs really marshaling things from the back, not only playing defense well, but also getting on the ball and leading the charge from the back. So I'm looking for more of that from County, Rob. I don't think there's anything that head coach Steve Walker will want to change about that first half performance.
County showing their dominance on the stat sheet. Shots in the first half totaling 6-1 in favor of the hometown team. County, the men in purple, making the visiting goalkeeper work. Making 3 saves was the visiting keeper, and pushing it, trying to get in behind her County. They got 4 offsides ruled against them, trying to work their back line. And there's a couple members of this visiting Michiana team that, from physical appearance, didn't look like they're in like 100% physical top shape. So maybe if they're worked around, if County get the ball passed around, maybe you see the energies levels dip from the visiting team, and maybe County can see that advantage really start multiplying on the scoreboard. Statistically well up, but only the 1 goal in it. This team, the visitors, Michiana, doesn't have too much of a goal-scoring threat. Only 3 goals on the year after 9 games. But County, that was only their 6th goal of the season themselves. So,
And Michiana's leading scorer, Rob, not in the lineup, not even available off the bench here this evening. So it's going to need to come from a new source if they are to get back into this game. Tough task against a team, County, we mentioned it. Guys in the center are new, but the guys around the outskirts have been there and know what they can expect from each other. And I'm looking for much more of that teamwork here in this second half. I think we have at least one substitution. I'm seeing number 7, Chewy Makuka, has checked in, and I don't see Melvin Blah out there anymore for County. Chewy here on this near side. So we'll see what other kind of changes. I think there's maybe one more on the far side as well.
yeah, I was going to
8.
say, I don't see Casey Bunker in there anymore, as we've got a runner with the purple smoke. Love to see that, especially with County in the lead. Number 8 checking in for County. It looks like both wingers different. Chewy Makuka, number 7 on the near side, replacing Melvin Blah, and Casey Bunker coming off. He had a good amount of action in the first half. Surprised to see him come off, and that's one's going to test Rob Gelai. Almost a acrobatic own goal as Zinho toe poked that away from the on-rushing visiting attacker, but almost wrong-footed the goalkeeper, but no harm, no foul.
Nervy moment, and Michiana wanted a back pass there to the keeper, but referee would not oblige. Zinho, I think, just wanted to get anything he could on that, and thankfully Gelai hadn't stepped out too far.
Looks like that other substitution on the left side, number 8, Gabriel Jokai.
Yes, you're right. I thought it was Carson Blah until I saw him, and so that's not Carson.
Unless he really worked on his tan.
Yeah. We've had a week off, but
a week at the beach might do it. But I don't know if a week at the beach would earn you a place in head coach Steve Walker's starting lineup. But 2 out of the 3 in the front line changed. Pulusaj still in the 9 position, wearing the 18.
And 2 out of 3 changes is interesting, Rob, from a team in the first half that didn't have their way, but certainly
did well enough.
Did well enough, yeah. You wouldn't have thought that they needed a change, but maybe just keeping things fresh. We mentioned it is very hot and humid here today.
They did a lot of running. There was a fair amount of chasing of long balls, and that And then looked for a moment. I definitely glanced over to the referee, a bit of a shoulder-to-shoulder contact. The Michiana player went down, but the referee was definitely confident, waving that one away. No penalty. That would have been worst-case scenario for County to give up a penalty to this team, a team that doesn't really create and hasn't scored much. To give them a penalty would be the last thing you'd want to give them. You don't want to give them any easy ones if they already have a hard time scoring.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it's something that County haven't struggled with, but there have been some moments where kind of question the decision-making, and thankfully the referee was keen to that opportunity. Really, I think it was Enrique Ramirez, number 3 here on the near side, looking for something.
It's Colin Arce looking for the run of Stevanovic. He's around the goalkeeper, left footer, and wide. An excellent look, great touch around the goalkeeper, but just couldn't find the frame of the goal.
Tough finish, a lot of pace, and he gets past the keeper, yes, but there's 2 defenders he still has to slide that ball through, and he's got to really hit it because of how far out he was. Tough one.
Yeah, Colin Arce, great ball from him out of the midfield to pick out Stevanovic. Great run. We haven't even really seen Stevanovic make that run too much this season. Great to see him
the one
doing that.
The one thing I'm noticing more than really in any other games that we watch for County is those slide balls through the middle of the Michiana defense. It's been a lot of over-the-top attacking for County as they try to use those spaces behind the back line, but here it's been more of a ground attack, and they're finding those openings between defenders and opening things up quite nicely for themselves.
Here's Pulisaj with plenty of time and space. He picks up his head, finds Stevanovic, who cuts back, returns it. 2-man team there. Here's Zinho, and that ball just a little bit too challenging, unnecessary, really. So much time and space for all the attacking players. It was Stevanovic and Pulusaj combining well to get into the attacking third, and then a bit of a out-of-control cross sees the ball return to the visitors.
You mentioned it just didn't need that pass in that moment, but thankfully kind of collect it right back.
This is Oakland County FC action presented on We Are Soccer, being brought to you by the wonderful OCFC Stream Team. Got a great booth full of helpers getting this broadcast up and operational. Is a little bit of miscommunication in the defense, but
nice.
Zinho makes up for it by intercepting that.
He sure did, because he could have intercepted the first ball that got out here, but thankfully turned around and made the second play.
Here's Pulisaj trying to take on his defender. And this finds Gokai, and that's in the back of the net! That's goal number 2 for County. And it's a great one from the left-hand side and reaches the back of the net. 2-0 for Oakland County.
So many times this summer, Rob, we have seen the wings carry the play for Oakland County. And here it's a new winger that bangs one in from the far side, cutting back inside as the ball switches from right to left. County certainly expressing themselves here tonight. The young guys are on the score sheet. They're having fun.
Gabe Gokai getting on the board. That's the first for Joe Kai, the second for County on the day.
And this is exactly what we want, Rob. I mentioned it in the first half. A lot of young players in the lineup who are really getting their first taste of what this could be like. And you want them having a positive experience here tonight, taking that with them throughout the fall and winter, and keep them thinking about County entering the spring and hopefully coming back for more next summer. Because the talent is there. We've seen glimpses of how good each one of these players can be individually. It's been tough to pull it all together for a full 90 minutes throughout the season. But really, when you think about it, look at the schedule and the results that have piled up. If you turn those 2 1-0 losses to Ann Arbor just into draws, you get 2 more points, and you feel a lot better about a 2-2-4 record, than a 2-6.
And that's a friendly whistle there. Zinho looked like he'd lost the ball there. But great to see 2 first-time goal scorers.
Maybe a yellow there.
Joe Kai opening his County account.
Interesting decision by the referee to just kind of let that play out.
He wasn't 10 yards away when that was taken, was it?
No, but ref kind of shrugged his shoulders at Zinho and said, "What do you want from me? You kicked the ball right into him."
Fair enough. We'll see what the reaction is from Michiana. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, they've given up now 15 goals in just over 2.5 games. Are they going to start hanging their heads? Are they going to start fouling? Are they going to react and push forward?
Yeah.
Well, interesting to see. They've come a long way. There's with the expansion of USL2 Great Lakes Division, there's not too many long road trips. The trip from South Bend probably the longest, and there's probably a hot, sweaty bus. They've come all this way. I'm sure someone wants a little bit of glory out of this trip.
Yeah, there'll be certainly players on the pitch who could make a difference, and they'll fancy themselves in those opportunities. But so far, it's just been a struggle for Michiana to get on the ball, get in the attacking third, and trouble County really at all. We saw the 1 save, and that's been about it.
Well, here's an opportunity. Michiana go down the right-hand side. Cross low, cut out, though, by the County back line. That's Combs again. That one dribbles just past Pulusai.
I think
nice little turn there by the goalkeeper to throw off Pulusai.
I think we see in that confidence really shine through for County right now. Everybody is eager to press. See it pay off right here.
And here's Chewy Makuka. His pass to Pulusai doesn't quite work, and the player's trying to communicate to tell him, I wanted to go this way, I want to go that way. And the number 2 for Michiana not able to get on that, and County able to disrupt that attack. And both teams kind of looking a little bit underpowered there moving forward, but County have a little bit more. Here's the goal scorer, Jokai. He's got time to pick up his head. He goes left. Here's Rocco Gladi, the captain. Here's Stefanovic.
Oh, good block.
And it'll be a goal kick again because it bounced back off of the number 9 in purple and black.
Bessinger closed the distance down, or else Stefanovic would have gotten that one on net. Keeper was getting ready to make a save. Alvarado's been tested a couple of times by Stefanovic. He guessed right on that penalty and nearly made the save, but it was an unsavable one.
And we have a visitor's substitution, the number 23 coming off.
I think that's Aguilera.
Yeah, he was pretty active throughout his time on the pitch. 16 coming on, Angel Aragones.
18 Angel Aragones checks in for the Michiana Lions.
So I thought they might start fading in the hot sun. They don't have a deep bench, the visitors. They've been chasing for large parts of this game, and that's another friendly whistle there for County as they're going to get a restart here.
Yeah, boys in purple have been popping the ball around here pretty well. Like I said, they're having some fun. They have some confidence, and that enables you to try some things that maybe you'd be a little bit hesitant if the game were tighter, if quite frankly, if the standings were closer, that plays a part here too. Playoffs might be gone, but still looking at a lot of players with a lot to play for individually and wanting to come together as a team as well.
What really undid County's season, I'll come back to that, is Jokai, the goal scorer, looks to feed one of 2 players on this right-hand side. And like Colin Arce thought he could have done more with that. He was kind of hopping mad there when that deflected off him out of bounds.
It was a really good read for him to be there. Just didn't get the bounce he wanted.
We're going back, kind of just looking at the season in general. It was that 3 games in a short amount of period where it was between June 7th and June 13th, the 3 losses in a row really just kind of sent the season off the rails. And I feel if that little stretch played out differently, we wouldn't be talking about playoffs as a memory, or hopes of playoffs as a memory. As Rob tries to save a goal kick, but it'll be a corner anyway.
9 dropped points in the span of a week is certainly a tough hurdle to climb over. It's proved to be a little bit too much for County, I think, this season. But again, a lot of opportunity for positive momentum to develop going into the off season. We're looking at a team that is in a bit of a transition, some new faces on the roster this season, and hoping that we can rely on them going forward as well.
Yeah, these young players, hopefully they come back and just build on this experience that County and Coach Steve Walker are providing. But County have to defend this. Right-footed corner is blocked away at the near post. Jokai, the goal scorer, and he's got a teammate with him. They kind of get in each other's way, and
didn't separate early enough and just a little too much on that last touch from Gabe.
Yeah, Makuka has not combined well with his teammates here in the second half. And that was a dangerous cross there by the visitors, as there was 2 attackers rushing in on that back post, but luckily for County, just out of reach.
That might have been the most dangerous chance that Michiana has had, especially here in the second half. Haven't done much to threaten Rob Gilli's goal at all. He's going to send boys in purple up the field and look to blast this one past midfield. The wind is going to help him, I think. It dies out just at the 50. Fight for it in midfield, headed on. Zinho's going to lose out here.
Zinho goes in 2-footed and gets a bit lucky there. It's ruled a corner as he went in pretty strong. the Michiana player is going to stay down. I'm not sure if that was too much contact, but definitely 2 feet off the ground and into the player. And that's something that you'd almost see just from the fact that he left his feet and went in with both up. I was expecting the man in pink to aim towards the penalty spot there. But
yeah, I was nervous there, Rob. I think Zinho was a little bit too, and that's why he stuck around to help the opposing player to his feet. They're going to have a corner. Might be their second of the match, I believe.
Second or third. They haven't pressed the county goal too much, so there hasn't been too many opportunities for this. But Morimoto plays it in. Jelai punches. And here's Jokai. He's beaten to it. Chewy Makuka sends it long for a teammate to chase. Makuka scoops that and stays with the visitors. Arce poked that away. Doesn't connect with the teammate, though. It bounces off shoulder, and strong play there by the county number 4, Pietkowski.
About a half hour left, Rob. Good time to tell the people about one of our sponsors this season, Sweet Green. Their core values guide their actions, and they aim to empower their customers, team members, and partners to be a positive force on the food system, and that's why they're building a transparent supply network, why they cook from scratch, and why they're building a community of people who believe in the power of real food. For more information and location nearest you, visit sweetgreen.com.
County combining well here. A good amount of passes stacking up here on this attacking possession. That one bounces off the foot of Makuka. He goes diagonally to Jokai. What can the goal scorer do? He's trying to get around Archer. He does. And then he's taken down fairly, it seems. Here's Arce. His shot is blocked. And that's headed away by the left back wearing white.
Good timing on the slide tackle there by the Michiana defender. Would have been a dangerous area for a free kick, and we've seen Chewy have some fun from those, hitting the bar on 2 different occasions here at Royal Oak High School Stadium this summer.
Here's the captain, Rocco Galati. He's got some options. Pulisai. Here's Rocco back again. Here's Makuka, and it's a goal! That's 3 for County. Chewy Makuka slams it in the back of the net, and County are rolling here in Royal Oak.
Different action than we're used to seeing from Chewy. He's playing centrally here for the last few minutes. Gets on that ball with his back to goal like a number 9, turns and blasts it into the corner. Nothing the keeper Alvarado could do about it. Just too much space inside that 18-yard box of Michiana. Their defenders are flagging a bit, and County is taking advantage here in the second half. Second goal in this second 45. It's 3-0 to the County.
We were surprised by 2 attacking substitutions at the halftime break, both getting on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and we questioned that, Rob, so what do we know? Head coach Steve Walker pulling all the right strings with those halftime substitutions. It looks like there's a couple other County players who are going to be pulling on their game kits, taking off the training kits, and maybe some fresh blood out onto the pitch here soon for the closing minutes as we look to shepherd this 3-goal lead to a 3 points.
Chewy Makuka getting his first goal of the season in the 63rd minute to make it 3-0 for the home team.
It's good for Chewy. See one going in the back of the net. He's been really good this year, but just hasn't
Here's Stefanovic getting on the end of one. Can County get a 4th? And it is! Brayden Stefanovic gets his brace, and it's 4-0 for Oakland County Football Club. Here come the goals. And they're beautiful, Mitch.
Stefanovic stepping up this evening for County. We talked about it at the top. He was a player to watch, somebody we expected a lot from coming into this season. It hasn't come off for him for the most part. Early on in the summer, But tonight, he has shown through, drawing a penalty, converting it. Now, toe poking that one through the legs of the keeper. The route is on.
And you just love to see it. The fans in the stands here in Royal Oak, all smiles, tons of purple smoke in the air. An absolutely beautiful stench is upon us here.
This is more like it, Rob. This is the county we're used to seeing. Year after year, they're putting up 3-4 a game. Coming into tonight, just the 5, but here tonight, 4 on the board already, and we've got 25 minutes left to chip away at that goal difference in case it matters in the standings.
And they're not done yet. An attacking sub coming in, Alec Markovsky, coming off the bench for Joseph Pulishai.
Great job by Pulishai up top. Tall body. Did a good job getting on the ball, bringing it down, chipping it back to teammates. He was very active up top, leading the line for County. Great shift. And how nice is it for Markovsky to come on at 4-0 with that defense already tired, looking to go home. Markovsky's going to fancy himself for another one tonight.
And that fourth goal, Stevanovich's second, coming under 90 seconds.
That was quick.
After Chewy Makuka made it 3.
Quick, and just like that, County have really taken a stranglehold of this game. Mentioned they're going to want to add the insurance, and they've got that in spades here tonight. Quick yellow card distributed to a County player. Rob,
that was Evan Combs, I believe, with the
really
stationary. I was looking for that word to get a little bit of that yellow stationary from the referee.
His first error tonight, I would say. Combs has been excellent in possession and just kind of limiting things for Michiana.
This one's floated into the box. Jelai comes with 2 fists and punches. Markovsky lays it back for Galati, and he turns and runs. And he's offside, or onside rather, and he's in behind the defense. Markovsky, fresh off the bench. What can he do? He lays it low roller, doesn't find its way to Makuka, and things getting real loose at the back for Michiana now. Markovsky unable to play the decisive ball there, but great turn and run and recognition by his teammate to see that run. The defense was back enough to make up that space and made that pass a little bit trickier for Markovsky, but Chewy was in a good position there to receive that ball if it was just ahead between that goalkeeper and the center back. But 4-0 for County, just over 20 minutes to play.
That last tackle attempt from Zinho really reminded me how much different this game could be.
Zinho attempts the centering ball, and it is put out of bounds by a visiting defender.
Zinho, just moments ago, before those 2 goals came rushing in for County with an interesting decision.
Oh, yeah, it was 2-0, and he came in with 2 feet, and it was ruled a corner, no penalty or no foul. And you're right, great point, Mitch. It could have been 2-1, but game of narrow margins as we see a debutant coming onto the field. I believe that is Christian Wilson checking into the game for Colin Arce.
He's going to head this in, Rob.
It's towards Wilson, and it's in! It's 5 for County. I'm not sure if that was Wilson or put back on the rebound by Markovsky, but it's 5-0 Oakland County on his debut. Christian Wilson.
His first touch. He came on 4 seconds ago.
The Pontiac native, the Vardar product, comes onto the pitch, 1 touch, and hits the back of the net. And the route is well and truly on here in Metro Detroit.
He gets a hug from head coach Steve Walker over there. Everybody's in a celebratory mood on that home sideline. And the debutant is going to come over and applaud the fans for the support. Christian Wilson, what a debut. Welcome to the county.
And just like in the first half, a goal is celebrated by a water break. As it is really hot and steamy here, we'll remind viewers that temperatures well over 80 degrees and plenty of humidity. So a warranted water break here at Royal Oak High School Stadium.
I am going to need a clip of that for my highlight reel.
Oh,
I called that,
Mitch
Rob.
Stradamus.
I called that spot on. So I would like a little credit.
County high five for you there, Mr. Gatsky. And while the players take a well-earned hydration break, as does my broadcast partner, I'll let you know about Oakland County FC's title sponsor, Diversified Members Credit Union. DMCU is your local credit union. Upgrade your life from kitchens, weddings, vacations, and more. They'll help make it real. Visit DMCU tent at the game or visit the website, DMCU. Thank you so much, DMCU, for being such a consistent sponsor and supporter of the best live entertainment in Oakland County.
And the focus will now truly shift to keeping a clean sheet. You got the 5 goals. It's going to be enough to win. The result is in no doubt. But those defenders who have put in a really good shift tonight, and that keeper, Rob Jelli, will certainly want to keep Michiana from scoring, keep that goose egg on the scoreboard, send them back home with nothing to show for it.
And if the ride home after a game wasn't long enough, if this result holds, this is going to be a long ride home for these Lions.
They're unfortunately used to it. Mentioned their last 3 forays away from home have not turned out the way that they would have wanted. Some lopsided scores indeed. Those coming 6-0 at Macomb, 7-0 at Lansing, and 5-0 at Kalamazoo. We're working on a 5-0, potentially more, here in Oakland County.
What are they saying now? What do they want?
They want something. Elmwood Elite wants
we want
something.
pizza. It's a Zioli's Pizza Minute, of course. As there's some collision in the box there. The referee waves that one away as well.
A lot of contact.
The loudest ovation of the night is for free pizza. As the chef in distributing free pizza here at the stadium around the 70th minute at all the home games. Everybody loves a free pizza, and when it's a delicious Zioli's pizza, it's even better. Great community partner as Markovsky's off on the run here, but great speed shown by the visiting center back to catch up to that one. Couple switches of the ball between his feet, but the second one looked to have gone out of bounds.
Did it, yeah. Markovsky gets a yellow.
I think that was Nathan Bessinger showing some speed and some decent feet there, but that was ruled a foul there. I thought he dribbled out of bounds, but a foul against County, and then there's a County player down behind the play, and that looks like it might be Piakowski.
Yeah, he's been down a couple of times this evening and getting a little help from Captain Rocco Galati.
Piatkowicz, my apologies.
Yeah, he's walking off under his own power, but I think he's probably going to get subbed off here. A couple of changing shirts on that far sideline. It'll be fun to see who comes in because there aren't a whole lot of defensive options. Maybe Nathan Castle comes in and you kind of re-switch things, but right now Kai Yamazaki is playing center back.
And it looks like young Quentin Obedi, the backup goalkeeper for County, is going to come in for Rob Jelli. So get the young goalkeeper from Rochester Hills, Stony Creek High School. I think he just graduated.
Be a good experience for him, and Rob will take 75 minutes plus of a clean sheet. Say job well done.
Quentin Ubaidi, either going into his senior year or going into his freshman year at college, very young, and is, to his credit, has been at all these games, hasn't seen any minutes, and is about to now. And Kai Yamazaki is about to pass Rob Jelai for the minutes lead here after this goalkeeper substitution happens.
That was my thought as well. Kai will become the only county player to have played every minute so far this season.
If he stays on here, of course.
If he stays on.
Braden Stefanovic, give him a round of applause, getting his first 2 goals in a county shirt. An impressive first-half penalty that he drew himself. And then a great strike to make it 2. Will they go through the goalie's legs on that one?
Yep. Huge night for Stefanovic. Just what we wanted to see from him. And he's got to be feeling great about it, because that he would have expected to show himself well this summer, and again, hasn't really gone according to plan thus far, but tonight you see exactly what all the hype is about. He is a baller.
And Quentin Ubiati into the game, his county debut. Welcome aboard. I wonder how Rob's feeling. He's given up a clean sheet there.
He's given it up, but, 75 minutes.
He gets to take off that long sleeve shirt.
He gets 3/4 of a clean sheet.
5-0 with 15 minutes to play here at Royal High School Stadium. You're watching Oakland County FC action here on We Are Soccer. My name's Robert Kerr. I'm alongside the one and only Mitch Gatsky. And we're watching probably the most entertaining match of the county season. Definitely the highest scoring one. I don't think County have broken the 2-goal threshold until tonight.
There are other Mitch Gatskys, Rob, but the others aren't as notable.
The one and only in this booth, at the very least. The most important to this broadcast, as the visitors look to get a consolation goal. There's been plenty of substitutions, and they get into the box, left-footed strike, and it looks to be a foul against the attacking visiting player. Christian Wilson, the debutant who scored for County on his very first touch here today, looked to have gotten fouled there as he defended that cross.
He was in perfect position to draw that foul and prevent the attacking player from getting that volley that he was looking for. It was a dangerous opportunity, one of the rare chances that Michiana has had in this second half. Despite substitutions, County's really been defending well. Kai Yamazaki now still in that center back position. A little bit different for him as that shot is blocked. That was Combs, who's really been everywhere at the back for County. Michiana's going to have a throw, and County at this point really looking to shepherd this lead across the finish line. There's not much work left to be done, but still need to stay sharp.
Yeah, County are going to want to get out of here with a clean sheet, maybe add a sneaky one right at the end, as that cross is blocked by a County defender, and this will be the third or fourth corner for the visitors. Rob Jelai, one of the impressive parts of his performance was he came and punched everything he committed himself to.
He's really good at coming out in those crowded areas like you see right now.
And this is a corner floated to the back post. Wilson got it away, and he's going to try again to get it all the way out, and his clearance is deflected for the County throw.
I think that's a pretty good example. Jelai probably, in my opinion at least, would have come out and gotten a fist on that one. Ubaidi, a bit of a different keeper, not quite as tall, doesn't have the arm length as much as Jelai, but certainly the reaction speeds to make up for it. Good with the hands.
Here comes the first real offensive possession for the visitors here in the second half.
Good move.
Archer cut inside 2 defenders and drew a foul. Rocco is on a yellow, so hopefully nothing serious coming. It wasn't a yellow card foul there, just a little clip of the heels there. He split
just a really good
defenders.
Yeah, just a really good move, and as Rocco had already committed to his challenge, I think it was Richie there, just kind of glided right by him. Richie was targeted in that first half. He's not had nearly as much defensive work to do in the second half. County's kind of flipped things over to the other side and chosen the right side more so.
Got to defend this. This is floating to the back post, and if there was a runner there, that would have been trouble for the backup goalkeeper.
And it's tough, too, when you're a keeper that comes in the second half of a game that's already likely out of reach. You know the opposing team is going to try their best to throw everything at least getting one on the board. It can be a bit difficult to find yourself in these sort of games, especially if you're called on early.
The player's a little bit cross with the referee there for a slow whistle. The county player brought down. Michiana continued to play for a couple beats there, but eventually the whistle did come.
So Combs right there, like that sort of movement he's really been able to do all night long. Only just there did he get closed down, of course.
But he got drawn down there, and here comes Michiana getting into the box, right-footed strike, and that's well over the bar. No sweat for the county keeper.
But that really the first time that Combs has been caught out all evening. He's been able to take that space and either spray it up to the forwards or just takes the pressure off the ball whenever Michiana did get on it. Combs has diffused the situation. Might be my man of the match tonight. I mean,
Combs?
Stefanovic, I guess, would win it. He's certainly led the attack, but Combs has been really good at the back. He's on it there in the corner, saving a deep throw. Good control there.
Here's County looking to get over the halfway line. Here's Christian Wilson, the goal scorer, amongst the goals. One of the 4 goal scorers on the evening. Here's Chewy Makuka. He gets by his defender. Right-footed cross that skips by Markovsky. Lets it rip with his left foot, but just a few feet wide of the Lions' upright.
Good move, worth a try.
Nice to see Christian Wilson, the youngster fullback, coming up and joining the attack. Makuka used his run as a dummy, played it centrally, and it was dangerous. A couple county attackers there, and he fell to Markovsky, and unfortunately, he didn't quite get full purchase of that with his left foot, but great to see that they're still creating and combining and still hungry for more.
Yeah, one of those doesn't quite come off the way you wanted, but the idea is certainly there, and County showing that just in that synchronicity that at times was really lacking in attack. And here tonight they've looked on the same page and had that plan of attack. They're singing from the same sheet, and it's been beautiful music.
Yeah, that pass almost fell to the substitute, number 19, Nate Casal, as the visitors are using the remainder of their bench here. The captain came off.
And the keeper will as well. I don't know how many times I've ever seen both keepers replaced in a game. That is a collector's item.
Well, what do you call that part of the game when it's, the score's lopsided and there's some time remaining? What do you call that?
Kind of unnecessary?
No, but my point.
Fast forward.
My point being is the game is decided.
Garbage time, I think.
Yeah, that's where I was going. That's where I was going with it, buddy. That's where I was going with it. Given players that have made this trip, I mean, the backup goalkeeper slips on his first goal kick, and it's leading to a county breakaway here and a foul right on the edge of the box. That's unfortunate. The replacement goalkeeper, he rode on the bus for 5 hours. He sat in the sun for 2 hours, and he has one kick at the ball, and he falls on his backside and turns the ball over.
But that's just what I was talking about with you, Beatty. A keeper checks in, and
you never know.
It's tough to warm up as a keeper. Just different things expected of you. You can't really get your blood flowing in the same way, and a goal kick right off the bat does not go as planned, and he's probably going to have to make a save here as County's got some guys who will have a crack at goal, and maybe Zinho with the right. have a chance here. Number 15 as well, lining up over that. Not sure who that is. Number doesn't match anything on our roster.
Zinio with the right. He fakes it. Left-footed shot. Hits the top of the wall there. And so that'll be a county corner. Not too many county corners in the second half. Mostly have hit the back of the net, in all honesty. And they take it short. No one paying attention to Zinio. He's got tons of space. He floats it to the far post, and it sails clear over the crossbar. Christian Wilson scampers all the way back. He would have loved the pass to get closer to him. That looked more of a pass than a shot there, right, Mitch?
I think so, yeah. Just clip that one in. Hope you can find a head at the back post. Interesting decision here for Michiana to try to play out as County feeling themselves, putting the pressure on. It's worked. Situations just like that where defenders are looking, and
here's Markowski with a left foot, and his shot goes just wide of the other post this time. And after digging through our notes, that number 15 on the field is Lucas Hart. Lucas Hart getting some playing time here.
Thank you for finding that, because I was scrambling, trying to figure out.
And Mark, he tried to spin around with the ball, but left the ball behind there. That was kind of a funny moment for young Lucas Hart. And great step there from Kai Yamazaki, as always. The solid number 6 for County. Played every minute of the match so far. The Tiffin University graduate. I understand he is looking to keep on playing collegiately as a grad student. And that's Markowski. Is he onside? No.
Oh,
and they're going to.
Too bad.
And that's going to break his heart. He thought he was in on goal there. That was marginal. He wasn't offside by much, but I think he was.
I think so. And
oh, the smoke is running anyway. Have fun.
False alarm.
It's a false alarm, but fun nonetheless.
We'll take it. He still did well to bury that. You know, even if whistled offside, you always want to make sure you finish off the play, get just another game rep in, and next time hold that run and tuck it in, make it count.
Through all the substitutions, here's the captain now, number 10, Morimoto. He plays for Indian Hills Community College down there nearby where the Lions are located. He's been pretty good, and I'm not surprised to see him on the short list to be the club captain, as Kai Yamazaki repels a couple attempts there. That one skimmed off of Makuka's foot and back to Michiana. 2 minutes change and some stoppage time remaining.
We've been expressing our desire to get the young guys back on the team next summer. Kai Yamazaki's got to be top of the list when it comes to crucial members of this county lineup. You just think everything's really built around him.
And that's a left-footed strike, has some power, but not on target from Mayers.
So getting Kai back, I mean, at least in terms of my shopping list.
Third season for Kai. We'll see where he ends up. I mean, like I said, it seems as though he is looking to transfer to another university following graduating with his undergrad at Tiffin.
I would assume.
I heard a rumor he's going to the Pacific Northwest, but we'll see.
Well, I would assume any team that picks up his services would be thankful to have them. He is quite a player in a position that is often thankless and doesn't necessarily show up on the stat sheet. He's just all over the field, making tackles and just making his teammates better, making the game a lot easier for the guys around him.
The roving disruptor is what I'd call him.
And just calmness personified.
Yeah, always positive, too. Whenever I've had the opportunity to have a conversation with him, always upbeat. Markowski gets it to Zinio, who does get that switch into the far side. Markowski returns the favor. And that was Lucas Hart there on that far side, and he wins County a very late corner kick.
Good work by Hart.
If there's anyone out on the field to snatch a sixth, I would earmark Markowski. he definitely wants to put some goals on his resume heading back to Western Michigan in the fall. They're not going to play it long, though, as they do make it into the box. Right-footed strike, it's low, and in the end, not too dangerous to the substitute goalkeeper for Michiana. Into the 90th minute now. Should look down the list as County do have some games coming up.
Yeah.
On the road next midweek, 7th of July, out at Lansing. And the next home game will be here on We Are Soccer as Oakland County welcome in table toppers, the Flint City Bucks. That's our next broadcast here next Saturday night.
That heated rivalry. They always like to see the Bucks on that 4th of July weekend or thereabouts. It's a cool little part of the schedule that we can look forward to annually. Michiana, quick turnaround for them. They're back in action Monday versus Midwest. Another tough matchup for them. Midwest certainly
one of the best teams in this division.
Yeah, they're going to be looking to put themselves in position to clinch a playoff spot. So not sure exactly how the math works out, but Michiana, the job doesn't get any easier on Monday for them.
Definitely not, as OCFC suffered 2 defeats at the hand of Midwest, but they're looking for a 6th goal here. Here's Hart, and he got more of a hold of that one, but the substitute goalkeeper up to the task, and he holds on.
Yeah,
but nice little combination, though. I like that.
He got good power on it. It's the second time we've seen Hart kind of rush into the middle with a quick combo like that. Got a good amount of power on that, just right at the keeper.
So now that we're in second half stoppage time, we'll talk man of the match. There's a couple candidates. We talked about Rob Jelli, we talked about Evan Combs, and we talked about Braden Stevanovic, and there's a couple other.
It's Stevanovic. The way that he kind of grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck from the early going, made it his own, didn't leave room for really anybody else. You know, I want to give Evan Combs his plaudits for sure, but it's hard to go anywhere other than Stefanovic tonight for man of the match.
Some more defending to do here, and County's able to do it. Oh, and they're in trouble a little bit here, but Captain Galati showing a little bit of calm, but
come on, boys.
Still not able to get it out.
Let's see this out.
Definitely don't want to let a sneaky consolation goal in here. And
nice save.
Quentin Ubaidi able to get a save under the belt. And there is the final whistle. Oakland County FC get back into the W column in style. A 5-0 result in front of the home fans. That man, Braden Stevanovic, started it off the first goal, the only goal of the first half. He was fouled in the box and then converted the penalty brilliantly. And then in the second half, it was all County.
Truly.
Substitute Gabe Jokai made it 2. Then Chewy Makuka made it 3. Then Stevanovic got his second to make it 4. And then Christian Wilson with his first goal or first touch in County Purple made it 5. So a great night here in suburban Detroit. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to the OCFC stream crew up top in the sunshine. Great camera work, great direction. Thank you, Mitch, and to all the interns making the game day operations work. So we are back here live streaming at Royal Oak High School Stadium next week as OCFC take on Flint City Bucks. But for tonight, let's rejoice in a 5-0 victory for Oakland County FC. And until next time, everybody, please stay safe and enjoy your soccer.
That was for you.